This is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are on this journey to unconditional love. And so I do divine love healing. I do a crystal grid, which basically is all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. And it uses the sacred wisdom of the trees to really root and ground this energy of unconditional love onto the planet. When you become a member of the crystal grid, you receive a piece of rose quartz, and that I infuse with the energy of Holy Fire Reiki, but also the intent, and Karuna Reiki, but have the intent to bring all twin flames into union. And as well as that, I do channeled letters and also healings. So for the healings, I tap into your energies and I see everything like a film. So I give you a write-up of what I see, a guided mantra that comes through, and also any songs that come through. And then for the readings, I send you a video. And so the message today is about fear, and to not let fear get in the way of these connections. I'm going to share a story that's been sent to me from a lady who I channeled a letter for. Now, if you asked for a letter for the Thanksgiving offer that I was doing, I have sent them all out. So they've all been completed, apart from if you ordered multiples. So if you're somebody that's ordered many of them, then I've sent you the first one, but I haven't sent you all of them. So if you have ordered and you have a check of your email, because I've sent them all out. If anyone's been missed, then please do let me know. Okay, so this is one of the messages that went out, which is very strongly about fear, which is why it's so important. Yesterday it was about releasing all expectations. I mean, to be honest, all of the mantras are always the same. Release the expectations, believe in the bigger picture, believe in the journey of love, and know that anything is possible, and release all fears. So I'm going to share you a lady's story. First of all, I'm going to read the letter that I channeled for her. So it was, "My darling, I wish that I had said and done things so differently right from the start. I know that hindsight is a wonderful thing and we shouldn't carry regrets with us. But if only I had woken up to my heart sooner. If only I hadn't let myself be consumed by fear. Fear of getting hurt, fear of hurting you, fear of not being a good enough man for you. All of those ridiculous, meaningless rules I put around what I should be and what I needed to become, when actually I should have known that you make me the man I am and the man I want to be. It's you who makes me who I want to be. In your presence, we can both shine with our love." Right, which is so lovely. Now, I'm going to read you now what she's her response. So I'm just going to read her response back. But the key thing is that he says about my heart. Where is it in the letter? Okay, my heart, there you go. So she responds and says, "I am beyond touched by my letter you channeled. Every word is how I had envisaged what he would say to me. It is so amazingly accurate with what I have heard telepathically from him. I met my divine masculine in 2006, and like all our stories, there's so much that wants to be told, and it is still evolving to this day. We're from different countries. He's almost 12 years my senior, and he has been in a karmic marriage for 20 years. I've been with my karmic marriage for 6 years. We both have children. I've never stopped loving my DM and holding space. And I currently have found myself transcending through the pain of separation and time, because I know it's an illusion. I wanted to mention a few key points that have reaffirmed my awakening fully as of this year. I just found your channel 6 months ago, and recently you mentioned Prince and Purple Rain. I was born in '84, and in one of your videos, that was the song my DM and I danced to in 2007, and experienced unconditional love, and then held hands all night as what can only be described as pure innocence. My DM said that he and I meeting is like destiny, and that we are the same, so I'm not sure if my DM has been awake this whole time, or his spirit was speaking through him. I ran into him a couple of years later, and we stood looking at each other and felt this magnetism that almost pushed us apart as well. He walked away looking back at me, and I wanted to go after him, but I didn't. He then posted on Facebook the very next day, "Fear is a powerful thing. Let's get in touch with it, people." That was in 2010, and your letter mentions fear a few times, and I know that's been our biggest block, as well as speaking our truth. And your letter confirmed that. He's also a musician and wrote one of many songs called "My Heart," which he said, "I wish I'd woken up to my heart." And your letter mentions my heart. I'm so filled by joy with this and started crying. He and I have both been experiencing the tower energy this year and have been having spousal difficulties that I can feel from him, something to do with being authentic with our spouses. I started receiving synchronicities in April this year every day, and lo and behold, I saw him again 7 years later in July. And I gave him a huge hug to convey that I loved him, and we both looked in each other's eyes and everyone around us disappeared. And then in October on 1010 at his show, he's a performer, and when he left, I didn't go after him, like I knew I wasn't supposed to. Everything is being divinely guided and in the right time. I can hear him and feel him. I know I need to learn how to love all and have patience and like you say, trust in the journey. It's been 11 years now since I physically met my twin, and even through the pain, it's been the most rewarding love and experience I could ever be blessed to have. Every day is a gift, and I'm so grateful to be able to finally share and join with other twins now. I look forward to that day when we can all shine our lights bright and bring everyone home to love. I would love it if you shared my letter. Again, thank you so much. Wow. Like some nice little secret. I mean, how gorgeous, because basically, you know, her twin, again, by posting on Facebook the next day after seeing her, "Fear is a powerful thing. Let's get in touch with it, people." Again, it's the, you know, you've got to believe that unconditional love and true love and pure love and divine love will get you to the end of the race. So, I'm sure that you might have seen on the news that Prince Harry is going to marry Meghan Markle. And he announces it on the 27th, which is so brilliant, because the 27 is the energy of walking away from things that don't support us anymore. Now, and so they're clearly true love, right? Because it was so funny in the interview that they did an interview yesterday, and there were so many things that he said. He said, I met her, it was love at first sight. I just knew straight away. And he said, all of the stars are lined up for us. And there was just like one sync after the next. It was just brilliant. And I thought it was such a lovely way to show, because they're both big humanitarians. And, you know, basically both very much into their humanitarian causes. And also, this, you know, he's fifth in line to the heir of the crown. So literally coming into their own king and queen power. So again, you know, it's about, you know, you have to have trust for your journey. And just like this lady, she met him 11 years ago, right? And now it's about, you know, releasing the expectation, because it's about believing in the bigger journey and the bigger picture, and knowing that actually anything can happen to bring you two together, you know, when the time is right. The other thing that she said about her twin said to her when he first met her, "You're my destiny." And she said, I wonder whether he was awake at that time. Well, that's the other thing. I think in my case, my twin said to me, "You're the female version of me, and I've met the other half of me." That was that was in our first meeting. And so I think that they will have, certainly in that, it sounds that we're the same. The soul recognition happens super quick. And in my case, and in her case, it happened on their side quicker, right? So his spirit was, I think this lady's exactly right. It's the spirit working through them to say, "I recognize you," you know? And so that's why you have to trust, because the soul has already recognized you. Right? The soul, you found each other for a start. So therefore, the rest of the job is, you know, the universe has brought you together to actually find out that you're a twin in the first place. And then it's about realizing that you're here for a humanitarian cause. And it's about, you know, believing in that, believing in the bigger picture of what you're here to do, believing that there's a cause and a reason to have these relationships. And then letting it all unfold, basically, because it will. Because your love is needed to transcend and to lift out fear and move into your heart. Look, right here. Lift out fear, move into your heart. All right. Well, I hope that helps. If you want to come to me, I'm now starting doing all the healings. So if you booked a healing around Thanksgiving, then you'll receive it over the next sort of 4 or 5 days. All right. If you want to book in for a healing or a reading or a letter, please do. All the details are in the link. Okay. Take care. Bye.